Mia sat on a cold apartment floor, her heart heavy as she gazed at the bruises hidden beneath her jeans, marks of a love turned sour. In Detroit's gritty landscape, she had once found passion and promise, but now felt like a prisoner of fear. As the distant hum of the city surrounded her, Mia made a life-altering decision. She would escape. Weeks of sleepless nights, emotional turmoil, and painful arguments with Jake swirled in her mind as she plotted her way out. Determined to reclaim her voice, Mia reached out for help, attending support groups and slowly restoring her passion for art. Each brushstroke became a means of expression, a way to process her pain and share her story with others. The night came when she finally took the leap, abandoning the shadows, both physical and emotional, and stepping into the light of a new beginning. Her journey wouldn't stop there. She would transform her struggle into a source of strength, inspiring others in a city rich with stories yet untold. In the heart of Detroit, where old factories stood as reminders of the city's vibrant past, lived a 24-year-old woman named Mia. Once a dreamer with aspirations of becoming an artist, Mia found herself swept away into a stormy relationship with her boyfriend, Jake. What started as passionate love had devolved into something dark and suffocating. At first, Jake had painted himself as the perfect partner, charming and caring. His compliments showered Mia with warmth. But over time, she began to notice the cracks in his facade. His temper flared over trivial matters, and the occasional harsh word transformed into heated arguments. It wasn't the physical violence that scared her the most. It was the emotional manipulation, the fear that constricted her chest like a vice, and the isolation that slowly separated her from friends and family. Mia often put on a brave face, presenting a vibrant smile to the world, while masking her pain. She felt trapped in a constant cycle of fear and regret, questioning her self-worth and feeling like she was always walking on eggshells around Jake. Those moments when he would raise his voice or give her that piercing look made her heart race. She frequently reminded herself, this isn't who he truly is, but deep down, the reality of their relationship felt suffocating. One evening, after Jake had stormed out over an argument about a missed dinner, Mia sat alone on the cold floor of their small apartment, tears streaming down her face. She picked up her sketchbook, flipping through vibrant images of her past, canvases filled with color, hope, and joy. Each painting reminded her of the dreams she held onto so tightly. The following weeks were a haze. As the darkness deepened in her relationship, Mia turned to her art as an escape. But the weight of the violence and emotional abuse bore down on her. One evening, in an act of desperation, she made the courageous decision to call a local shelter that specialized in helping victims of domestic violence. Hesitant but hopeful, she shared her story, and the compassionate voice on the other end offered her a lifeline. With trembling hands, she felt a flicker of hope as the shelter invited her to their support group. It was there, in a small, sunlit room filled with women who had endured similar hardships, that Mia discovered the power of kinship. She listened to their stories of resilience and survival, which mirrored her own pain yet held hints of triumph. For the first time, she understood that she was not alone in her struggles. The weeks that followed were challenging, but Mia immersed herself in her art and therapy. She began to paint again, channeling her fears and emotions into vibrant murals that told her story. With each brushstroke, she felt a surge of empowerment, finally confronting the experiences that had held her captive. As months passed, Mia made a plan for her escape, each detail carefully mapped out in her mind. She could no longer live in the shadows of fear. On a fateful night, when Jake returned home late from a night out, Mia's heart raced with both apprehension and determination. She grabbed a backpack, stuffing it with essentials, clothes, important documents, and her painted canvases. The bitter taste of fear was replaced with resolve. Under the cover of darkness, she slipped out of their apartment, leaving behind a life that had become suffocatingly toxic. Finding refuge in the shelter felt like stepping into sunlight after a long winter. Surrounded by women who understood her pain, Mia found a new sense of hope. She continued to paint, embracing her journey of healing. Months later, with the support of her new community, she organized an art exhibit to share her story and that of others who had survived domestic violence. On the day of the exhibit, as Mia stood amidst her vibrant canvases, emotions swelled within her. Each painting represented a chapter of her life, the struggles, the tears, and the triumphs. She had transformed her pain into a powerful narrative that resonated with others, inspiring those who walked through her door. Detroit, once a backdrop for her suffering, now pulsed with opportunity. Mia emerged as a beacon of strength, unafraid to share her story of survival. Though the scars of her past remained, they became a foundation for her mission, to help others step into the light, to find their own voices amidst the shadows.